Dan Kilbridge here for SpartanTailgate.com with full court press from Breslin Center. This is where Michigan State beat Bowling Green 74-39 earlier today, though it wasn't as easy as it sounded. The Spartans really ran into some trouble in the first half. They were up 25-19 at the break. Had a few too many turnovers. I think maybe struggled a little bit with Bowling Green's zone and just didn't get in an offensive rhythm. In the second half, it was a completely different story. Came out and went on a 19-5 run to start the half. Ended up putting Bowling Green away. Outscored them 49-20 in the second half. And they did it without Kalin Lucas. Lucas said his foot was giving him some problems, that same foot where he had the Achilles injury, but he said it wasn't related. These types of things are to be expected. He was just really sore and I think beat up too. He played 36 minutes at Duke, and this team's had a lot of tough travel the past couple weeks. That's something Izzo said he blames himself for, called himself maybe the dumbest scheduler in America. I'm not sure if that's the case. But so Lucas, I think, just needed some rest. He was beat up. He said the foot stiffened up on him at halftime a little bit, and he decided it was best to talk to Coach Izzo and pulled himself out of the game. I think that's that shows a lot of maturity on Kalin's part. Some guys would try to play through it, even though that wouldn't be smart. He recognizes it's a long season. He's thinking big picture. So thumbs up for Kalin. That was a good decision on his part today. Now you look at who stepped up in his place. Keith Appling was very good today. 11 points, 3 assists, shot 3 for 5 from three-point range, and he's just got that scoring ability that you don't see a lot in freshman point guards at this level. He's got great ability as well to jump. He's in fighting for rebounds, so he's a kid who's going to be doing a lot, and I think you'll see his minutes increase the more success he has. Another guy who had a different second half than maybe the first half was Darrell Summers. Summers maybe wasn't looking for his shot as much as he could have been, and it's something Izzo had to talk to him about and say, hey, if shot's there, take it. You got to be looking to shoot. And Darrell said that's something that he really focused on in the second half. Took a lot of shots. He ended up going 4 for 11 from three-point range, finished with 14 points and 4 rebounds, but really started to press the issue more in the second half, got more involved in the offense, and ultimately put forth a better effort. Now, the best effort on the floor today, no doubt, Draymond Green. You look at the numbers, 10 points, 12 boards, 5 assists, really did a little bit of everything. And then there are the intangibles. Coach Lewis, or Bowling Green's coach, said he was maybe the best playmaker he's ever coached against at that position. Tom Izzo, after the game, said that Green is the best sixth man in the world. So I think that's something where they're comfortable right now with Draymond coming off the bench as he did today. It's something they talked about together. Draymond's man enough to be able to do that and come off the bench. He thinks that's the best way for him to help the team, and it's hard to argue with what the Spartans have able to do with him coming off the bench. Finish up with some numbers here. The Spartans had 21 turnovers. That's not what they were looking for, but again, I think you can attribute some of that to fatigue with all the crazy scheduling they've had, getting in from Duke at 4 in the morning, taking exams the next day. I mean, these are things that add up, and keep in mind you're also playing 40 minutes against the best team in the country, so that's something where it's easy, it's not easy just to get out of bed, let alone have to go and handle all the responsibilities that student athletes do. But Izzo's confident that they can overcome those problems. It is something that will certainly need to be addressed, however. Last number is a much better one for the Spartans. Out-rebounded Bowling Green 51-26 today. Delvon Rowe was pretty aggressive on the boards. Adrian Payne mixed it up a little bit. Payne's a guy who contributed with a monster dunk and 2 big blocks, so he's showing some explosiveness as a freshman, and that's something that the Spartans could certainly use more of as they go to Syracuse and get ready for that 2-3 zone coming up on Tuesday. We'll be back on Monday from Tom Izzo's press conference for SpartanTailgate.com.